Liner notes 1. Like any project by Donny Hathaway, the social and spiritual conscience of 70s and 80s R&B, Cooling Board is cause for celebration. This posthumous collection of studio rarities and unreleased live performances finds the legendary singer-composer at a crossroads, contemplating the success of his partnership with Roberta Flack, The Last Supper, Roberta's Apartment, Central Park West, the guidance of his grandmother, Martha Cromwell, the music and explanation of Miss Martha, and his future as an artist who saw beyond the boundaries of conventional soul, Notes on Life, a Symphony. Cooling Board is about life lessons, the difficult things you don't always get on the first take. With each endeavor, Hathaway proves that such trials are worth the struggle. In an age of reality TV assembled throwaway artists, Cooling Board is a musical throwback, a long-playing album meant for one long contemplative listen. What we, Hathaway's faithful, are left with is another testament to his greatness and the overwhelming sense of his absence. Listen, be reminded, and renewed. Midnight Hour. He plays when dreams come, when the hour is as late as the moon allows, when ribbons of light slice window panes, shine for the sake of sight. Can you play your fingers ivory, no difference between keys and bones? Can you lean into the first note like the strain to catch a faint voice? Everything sweet whispered, worth something. Sometimes I raise the blanket over my head, try to pretend I don't hear and reach for notes that aren't there. Without the sight, we know the sound. A key pressed again and again, like a voice cracking. The pause, the echo of 10 fingers walking the plank of shadow and light. The hidden, the longing. So, Donny was born in Chicago, raised in St. Louis, and his grandmother was a gospel singer that was kind of a star in her own right in St. Louis, and so he was raised in the church, and that's where he found his. She kind of helped his musical talent along. So this is called Ascension, a lesson for Miss Martha. Church and God. I don't know how else to say it. Every Sunday, Donny hears me rise early, start the biscuits and bacon, practice the solo just in case Sister Wilson don't show. Every service, Donny takes notes with his eyes, spies my gestures to stretch soprano, let baritone roll low. After church, I push a microphone toward the floor, hang a ukulele on his shoulder, rest the tiny body on his belly. Play what the Lord put on your heart, I say. Here's your ticket. He looks through the roof, past me, eyes all china and coffee. 3 years old and 10 times wise, his fingers mark the strings. Like dog-eared pages in my favorite hymnal, dance like a scroll unfurled, the scripture most revered. So in the middle of all this, there's a love story. Now, note, I don't write, what in the world? Oh my God. Okay. These are Affrilachian Poets. My Affrilachian Poets brothers are here. In case you didn't know, these guys have been on tour for like literally a week through Ohio and Kentucky and Tennessee and West Virginia. And, okay. So, love story. He goes to Howard, in D.C. for college. He meets his wife, Eulalia, but he also meets Roberta Flack. So these are two women that changed Donny's life. And so this is called What Eulalia Hears. Singing is out, he says. Like raised voices are meant to be discarded, discovered years later like outgrown clothes in attics of dust. I have never met someone so blessed yet so afraid to share the gifts God gave. Not the keys. He gives that freely, the proof of so many Sundays, rocking the choir holy. It is written in him, by and by, words too bright for a back to turn. I can pray all day, but that boy is crazy if he doesn't let the world hear him sing. I loved his song before I knew his name. What Eulalia Hears, alternate take. Before I knew his name, singing is out, he says. I loved his song like raised voices. Hear him sing if he doesn't let the world. I can pray all day, but that boy is crazy, like outgrown clothes and attics of dust. I have never met someone so blessed yet so afraid, too bright for a back to turn. It is written in him, not by or on. Words are meant to be discarded, discovered years later to share the gifts God gave. So many Sundays, rocking the choir holy, the proof, not the keys. He gives that freely. Liner notes 2. Your ears will burn. There will be no differentiation between sight and sound. This is the magic of Donny Hathaway, a legend in the making. Hathaway is an incomparable musician who has earned the respect of his peers and the public alike. Hathaway strikes gold again with his latest release, Cooling Board. Please buy into the idea that music is transformative, that you will somehow be forever changed when the needle drops and the first notes fill the room. We, the record company, can't guarantee this, but we do, without the artist's knowledge, however we can. Sure, it's a lot like lying on a resume, but everyone lies on resumes. What would it sound like if we said, sorry, we goofed. Donny had a bunch of unreleased tracks we knew nothing about until the recording engineer stumbled across them one day and said, take a look at this. We like to say your world will change, and I'm sure Donny would like to make it happen. He's that kind of guy. The reality is you gave this a shot. You spent your cash. Now you want something in return. You want the proof. Jingles. Does everybody know that Donny wrote jingles? His most famous, probably, or he wrote the theme for the TV show Maude. Yeah, and you're like, what? So now you remember the lyrics of Maude? Lady Godiva was a freedom rider. She really knew how to cook. It's the most bizarre lyrics I've ever heard for a TV theme. It's probably you're like, wow, what does that mean? Okay, jingles. Soul can sell cigarettes, cancer and burn, sell 2 off-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, the green grease that lines your scalp, makes your cornrows gleam, turn afros into earthbound satellites. Soul can sell suburbia, do-gooder white family with sassy black maid, named after a state where Africans and Indians turned brothers, understood the insanity of serving anyone who claims to own your blood. Soul, can sell your soul, the only soul you've known, with a wife, 2 babies, soul will be sold if the money's right. And our bellies don't have to growl tonight.